Welcome to the episode of Grade Pending. I'm your host, as always, Paul the Bull. Today's panel, we got Michelle, we got John, and we got the Grabber, because we're going to talk about the movie The Black Phone, which is in theaters now, just came out. Not a lot of people know about it, not a lot of hype, but we're going to talk about it, maybe let you know if you should or shouldn't see it. We'll see what happens. But to talk about it, as always, we got to talk about it, so there will be spoilers for anybody who has not seen it yet. We do our individual reviews, give it our grade, come back and talk about it as a group. So we're going to go into the individual reviews right now.
Um, I really, really loved the movie. I really enjoyed it. I would give it an awesome. I'm easily startled. I'm easily scared. Uh, so it was just it was good in the sense like it was a good in my opinion it was a good psychological thriller. I don't really wouldn't consider it horror per se, besides like the little jump scares, but I feel like it made you think. Like the mask kept fucking with me because he had very interchangeable masks. Like he would wear like that kept really. I'm like, okay, like is this like different personalities? Like what the fuck is going on? Um, so that definitely caught my attention. The storyline, I think it kept a good pace. It was definitely it kept you interested to know a little bit more. I feel like overall, like it was definitely it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I would watch it again, without a doubt. uh I know Ethan Hawke is not really a big like A-star actor, whatever, but I do enjoy most of like the movies that I have seen from him. I know I had a debate in the past say, oh well, Ethan Hawke is not that big besides Sinister and like other stuff that he's done, but I feel like he always delivers in his movies overall. Even in the last one that I saw him in, which was I think it was like Northman, whatever, like he did a really good job there. But this movie, hands down, awesome. Loved it. Loved the jump scares. Didn't like the fact that my poor cousin went down fighting, but it's okay, Bato. We here for you.
um, you know, Going into the movie, I didn't realize how many films I've seen and like of Scott Dickerson. So I was like, all right, that made it a little hype. I mean, when I first saw the commercial, forever ago, before COVID fucked shit up, um, I was hyped for it in the first place. I looked great, thought it was great. I blame myself for my own expectations I had going into the film because I am a fan. I love Sinister and I love Deliverance from Evil, which I don't think anyone likes that film but me. I love that film, and like they start off like everyone knows how horror movies work. You get your first bullshit jump scare or main or small story or first ghost or whatever it's gonna be in the first 20 minutes. You get the first scare in the first 5 minutes actually, and it didn't do that at all. And it was just like story. I was like, all right, I mean, I can handle story, but I want my horror movie. And so watching it, it took a while to build up, but I mean, I loved it. Ethan Hawke did a great job. Great job. The main kid who I've never seen before in anything that I know of, I could have maybe not knowing that, but I never seen anything. He did a great job. His sister was badass. Like his sister was dope. Um, I like the way they did the story. I like the way they put it together. I mean, I'm sure for anyone who's played video games and anyone who watches movies, they saw that with each phone ring, he was getting new clues for the next step to put it all together at the end. Like I called, we already watched the movie, so spoilers for anyone who didn't watch it, your fault. But like I called immediately, like when he pulled out the meat, and then when the Cane Corso first came down, I was like, that's what the meat is for. Okay, I was like, what the fuck's the meat for? There was a reason for it, but I couldn't figure out why. And then when the door came down, I was like, all right, I understand this part already. But overall, I did like it. The problems I have with the movie are my own fault because they were my expectations of it being a sinister type of horror movie like what he's done before with Ethan Hawke. And this was more of a psychological thriller. And the way I spin it is that, in my opinion, if the paranormal part of it didn't exist, it would have been a regular thriller movie. It would have been a horror. It would have been a regular psychological thriller. But with that being said, I didn't think it was perfect. For horror movies, I'm not going to go with awesome, but I will go with a really, really high dope. I did enjoy it. I definitely enjoyed it. I would watch it again. To see the thing I miss, I don't want to sound cocky, but I feel like the film kind of gave you everything with the way they did the story instead of doing things. I don't think there's anything really missing. But who knows? Because we don't really know a past of the grabber. We don't know his story, why he's the way he is. We don't know none of that shit. So they can whole build off a magician story if they want to.
Okay, so what did I think of the Black Phone? I thought it was dope. Fun fact: horror is probably my favorite genre. I know we do a lot of superhero, sci-fi stuff on Great Pending, but horror is one of my favorite genres. I know it's one of John's favorite genres. That being said, I enjoy horror, so I want to like it more. So that's probably why I give it a little bit more. To John's point, this is Scott Derrickson. He's directed a lot of films that I've liked. I had high expectations. I love Ethan Hawke, just about everything he's ever done. Great Expectations is around the movie that comes to mind that I don't think a lot of people have seen. Ethan Hawke is in that with Gwyneth Paltrow. Watch that if you can. But anyway, back to the movie. I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. To John's point, kind of predictable. I love horror, but one of my least favorite types of horror is supernatural horror, where it's like, okay, I'm not really a big believer in ghosts. I think they're cool, and Ghostbusters are cool. But once there's a supernatural element, I'm like, all right, I kind of like lose the tension or fear. So when the phone was giving you clues, and it was the dead kids giving you the clues, I'm like, all right, well, I'm not really scared, but I'm in for what this movie's trying to do, what the story is, what the ride is. I knew the kid was going to get out eventually. There wasn't really any tension there, but it was a good story, well told. Ethan did his thing. I love the mask. I love the modular mask that it kept changing. The pace was good. Definitely, I want to give it a dope, and we'll discuss more.
Overall, it was a good movie. It was an interesting movie. I think like everyone kind of said, it was not exactly what was expected going into it. When the movie starts, there's a lot of backstory for like the kids and things, and it was like they don't really show those kids and stuff in the trailer and stuff. So it was like, did the right movie correct start? Like, is this the right movie? But then it started rolling. You got the idea that okay, this is a sci-fi thriller. Saying with paranormal activities and things. I think it was well written, well done. If I just felt like the sci-fi element of it was kind of just like the answer for everything. When they couldn't figure out, how to solve it or wrap it up, it was like, okay, well, because of that happened, because she had a dream or because the phone calls, it's like, so that was kind of like the glue to answer any questions on how he could get out or whatever. Um, I think the biggest selling point of the movie is the actors. I think Ethan Hawke did a good job of, with the mask, him and the mask, in conjunction, added to the scary part of it, the horrific part of what's going to happen next. What is he going to do? What has he done to those kids? And the mask changing, it's a different touch to the element of like I said, scariness. Even though it's not scary, but it adds to the horrificness. And it reminded me of what's his name that played Green Goblin. The facial expressions. That's they could have had him play that role, and it would he wouldn't even needed a mask. But I think him doing Ethan Hawke doing playing that role, the kids, the main actor, he did a pretty good job. But his sister is the hero. She stole the show. She had some of the best lines in the movie. She was the highlight, of it overall. And I think they carried the movie, and they were the main characters of it overall anyway. So them alone, I give it a dope. For any, they covered up for any little nitpicks or anything I might not have liked about it. Something I could definitely watch again when they put it on whatever streaming service. But I'm giving it a dope, and we'll talk about it more as a group.
I just thought about something.
You use the N word?
No. So I might have messed up already with me saying that I feel like they gave us everything up front, so maybe I don't need to go back, because I just thought about something that maybe I missed, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong. You know how like most
Ethan Hawke was the bad guy.
most horror movies, most supernatural horror movies, most horror movies, they like the poltergeist, the whole like, well, the dead, if they were killed in a malicious way, they unrest and all that kind of shit. I didn't realize it made sense that the killer's house where he buried them was across the street. The black phone will mean so much more to me if we watch it again and across the street there is a phone there, because then that will make sense how the ghosts called them, like their unnatural spirit. That would
That tracks.
to me. That would mean so much more. The movie would go like jump up a little bit actually.
Yeah.
If I didn't catch that small little feature, like oh shit, because when they were calling him, it made no sense to me. But
Well,
shit, they're in a very
Well, they
similar
were killed.
basement.
They were killed in that room.
yeah,
so
they were killed
therefore
there
that-
and buried across the street.
Yes.
Right.
And when your body's unrested is where you.
Your body's
So,
unrested
where
where
you
you
die.
get murdered. Exactly.
They're
where you get
unrested in the
murdered.
room.
No, it's where
Speaking
your
of the
remains are.
supernatural,
No, it's not.
sir, yes.
Listen, let the professionals talk about horror, please.
Oh,
What you do is you
let
have to
the
find the
supernatural
remains.
talk about
Hello.
All right.
supernatural,
Don't
Hello.
listen,
What-
you guys. No arguing. We don't need
What-
that.
What
Get
you
John.
do, Otto could back me up because we're actual horror fans.
Oh, here
What
we
you
go.
Right.
do?
No
if
rights
the
for
body-
women.
If the,
Oh,
if the body,
we're gonna go
hello.
there.
if the body was not put in its proper place, you have to find where the remains are. Not where the murder was done, where the
DJ.
remains are, and put it in a
If
proper
you
place.
watch
DJ.
That's
that
horror
movie-
101.
All right. I'm gonna raise the hand of the grabber.
Please, Otto.
I don't know if I like that. John, I know I agree with you because you know your horror, you know what you're talking about. My only thing is that every movie varies. It's its own independent universe, yada yada yada. So we don't know the rules necessarily of this fucking film and this universe. This movie was based on a book that was written by Stephen King's son. I forget his name because it doesn't matter.
Joe,
So they adapted it. So maybe he's
Joe
got his
Hill.
own rules.
Joe something, Joe whatever.
Hill.
Yeah, Joe
Joe Hill,
Blowjob,
there you
doesn't
go.
matter. Anyway, so this is its own universe. Now here's the thing. To Paul's point, shit was just kind of happening. Like, oh, maybe there's gonna be an origin about the magic. Maybe there's gonna be an origin. The only thing they touched on it was that their dead mom was touched, so she could talk to ghosts or see things,
Mhm.
and it
Right.
passed down to the daughter much more than it did to him. But the fact that he could pick up phone calls means maybe it passed down to him too.
Mhm.
Why were the calls even happening in the first place? That's all lore. The movie doesn't give you those answers. It kind of leaves it open. And
Right.
maybe they'll answer it in the sequel if the movie does well, which by the way, it's doing well. This
Yeah.
was budgeted at 16 million. It's doing 30 for the first weekend. One of the first movies to do over 20 million. This is the first record breaking.
I feel that they didn't give a lot in the trailer, and that's why it kept me hooked.
I
Wanting
stopped
to go
watching the
watch it.
trailers a long time ago. So I
Oh
don't
no,
know.
I know you're not a trailer guy. I'm a trailer guy. I'm a spoiler girl. Give it to me. I don't give a fuck. But this
Horrible.
movie,
Thank
this
you.
Take away more rights. Take away more rights. Carry on.
this movie, I would say this for the trailers, like it was the same trailer and it didn't give more. It didn't give more. So it definitely, I'm like, yo, I really want to, besides the fact that it was Ethan Hawke, I'm like, yo, I really want to watch it. And yes, the supernatural part was never implicated in the trailers. It was never like it was. So to me, definitely when the spirits popped up, yes, I got creeped out and I did jump, but whatever. But like I said, it was just definitely, to me, like I said, it was definitely well written. I really enjoyed it. And again, like it definitely got me thinking. Like, and towards the end of the movie, I was like, watch him have a house across the street, and I said it, and I'm like, what the fuck did I say? I figured it out. I was like, this guy has a house across the street, and I felt like I said, and it was when the brother was trying to figure out as well, like, okay, like who's the killer, and it's like, bro, it's your fucking brother killing the kids. Like that shit was fucking crazy.
My
And-
issue with that whole thing was the freaking van was parked across the street the whole time.
But it
And
was
nobody
wasn't
ever-
it in the garage?
No, it was
in
an
the
open-
last shot. In the last shot, it was like under the thing. Yeah, John.
Yeah.
Under the-
Okay.
yeah.
That black
But
van.
they
is-
didn't know.
is like-
They didn't know it was a
They
black
know-
van.
They
It
didn't know,
was just a
yeah,
van.
they didn't know it was a van. They just knew black balloons. They didn't know it was a
Yeah.
van.
right.
Okay.
But however,
But it
a
makes
random
sense.
black van has been driving through the neighborhood.
There was no
It's not
random, it's the
webcams. There
magician.
was no cell phones.
the
It was the
magician.
70s. Nobody gave a fuck.
Yeah.
I also like the fact that it had that whole 70s vibe. Like I didn't think it was gonna take place in that era again because of the way the trailer was said and done. But when I saw, I was like, okay, this is pretty fucking dope because I love movies that are like kind of set in that type of vibe.
Well, that's
So,
the thing now.
yeah.
You know,
I just have
Stranger
a
Things,
question.
Ghostbusters, they all kind of go for that throwback look nowadays. That's a selling point nowadays.
Yeah, I just have a question because you guys kind of all pretty much said that it's not really a horror movie. I don't have any kids that I claim. You two, at least two of you here do. This movie is about a fucking pervert that kills
Right,
kids. We don't know if
he
he
gave
raped
me
them,
very
but
fucking
there's
pedo
dead
vibes.
kids. Is that not horror? How is that not horror? It's
There's
fucking
dead
horror.
kids on Law and Order SVU. That's not horror.
Oh,
To
fuck.
me, I feel like they should have had some
I don't watch
curfews.
this
he
view, so
gave
you
me
guys
not,
are-
not for nothing. It definitely skeeved me out. I was like, he's giving very creepy pedo vibes. I was like,
And-
I was not feeling the vibe.
Yeah, I mean, he had the shirt open, the belt, the mask.
Right.
But-
I was
but
like,
hold
He
on.
yo,
wasn't
But to
fun
that
guy. He
point-
wanted to
you want to
punish the
play
little
naughty
boy.
boy? Like
To
that's
that point,
no,
though-
that's disgusting.
To that point, though, the same director, Scott Dickinson, did a really good movie called The Devil's Knot.
Derek
which is really
Sin. Derek Sin. Stop calling him
Same shit.
Dickinson.
I need the dick.
I think he wants your dick,
I got a
Otto.
fever.
He
The
wants
only,
your dick,
the
Otto.
only cure is more. Not John, but I'll leave that one alone.
I
But
thought
only
the
two
twist
more
was gonna
cowbell, more
be.
dick. That's what I need.
I thought the twist was gonna be that was him in some kind of a future, time paradox. Was like, because when I seen, when he had the belt, I'm thinking, oh, because he seen his father whip his sister. So it was like I thought it was like some kind of a weird.
You went to another level, Paul.
That's what I thought it was gonna go, because once they added the supernatural.
I like your movie.
Once they added the supernatural element, I'm thinking that's him. Because remember, he said two things that stood out to me. They was like, one, the grabber can hear the phone too. Even though he says something, okay, he can hear the kid can hear the phone. He can hear the phone.
He could hear the phone too.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, okay, that stood out to me. And then when he did the belt thing, and I'm like, is that him in some kind of a time paradox?
Were you waiting?
But they
for
didn't
Nick
go that
Fury
far.
And Thanos, or like what was going on? Were you thinking?
It was just my mind, because once the phone started happening, I'm like, okay, they're going supernatural and things. So I'm like, all right, where are they gonna go with this? So I'm thinking, is it him?
So I figured that
I wanted a point to it all. There was no point to him kidnapping kids. There was no point. So I thought that might have been a point.
My thing with the phone, as I was saying, like as I had told, like my thing with the phone is that if you remember towards the end of the movie, when he puts the phone to the grabber's ear, and the kid's like, he basically talks shit to him.
They was remixing the audio.
So but so my whole thing was he can hear the phone, but like a lot of damaged serial killers, they don't want to hear their victims anymore once it's done. So that was my whole reason why he pretends he can't hear the phone. That was my thought process.
But that was after the fact. But I'm just saying, when they first was introducing the rules, that stood out to me. And even the fact that the kids that they were kidnapping all had a connection to the main character. So I'm thinking, is it him? Like, because remember they took the Asian kid first after he hit the home run. I'm like, all right, payback.
And he was special.
Right. That's what in my mind. I'm like, okay, as it was going on, I thought it was going to end up being like it's him or some connection to him. And he was the victim, the one victim that he was different. He said he was special or something like that. So they kind of alluded that he was connected to the grabber somehow. And it was like, nah, not really. It was just another random grabbing.
Not really so far. This if it does well, they're gonna make Paranormal Activity 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And that's the only thing is it wasn't a predetermined sequel. It's gonna be a sequel if the money does well. I don't know if they have a script already written. So now they could like, what do you guys think? It's him. We can go with that.
That's it.
I feel like it left a lot of unanswered questions for a lot of people. Like to me, like, okay, why is the mask interchange? Like when he took the mask off, I mean, he started hiding his face and screaming.
Right.
So it's kind of like, so the mask obviously plays an alter ego for him, some way, somehow. So it's kind of like, but
the thing is,
the way when
he died. Ultimately, the kid fucked him up and killed him at the end.
Clearly, because
somebody else could wear the mask.
His arm is mint. What was the pickup line? What he said? His arm was whatever.
Mint. Yeah.
There you go. So like, my thing was that something obviously had to, like, I don't know, like there was a lot of even if they do like a part 2, it's gonna be definitely like a prequel to kind of have these unanswered questions. So
we hope. If that's the only sequel I want to see. I'm not interested in them continuing the story. I would want the answers to the questions we still have more than anything.
The prequel style.
Yeah, maybe show the mom. Maybe there's a connection between the grabber and the mom. Maybe she was having dreams about this kind of stuff or something. Connected somehow.
The only other part that did bother me though is actually that in the very beginning, that scene with when the father's hitting her, like his acting in that part was so bad, and the girl's acting was actually really well, and his was just, it was so bad. Like it was, for that one part, it kind of really.
He was a drunk beating his kid.
I thought his acting was fake. Drunk or not, I've seen a lot of people do drunk acting. I felt like his acting was like, he was like, I didn't like it.
So what you're saying is, when it comes to whipping your children, you would have done a better job.
When he was yelling, when he was yelling at her and stuff, it just sounded so like
beat that kid down. Is what he's saying.
When he was yelling at her, it sounded so fake. Like it didn't sound real at all. I was like, all right, this is bad.
The only thing I kind of didn't like is that he kind of got the dad's like, oh, I'm sorry at the end, and he's like, all right, you're gonna live with me now.
Yeah, the cops
kind of wanted her to get more of a comeuppance, but
yeah, the cops believed his daughter more than he did. Like that was the weird thing. The cops, she was like the lead witness. The cops kept coming to her for questions. Like it was like.
She solved the case.
Yeah.
I mean, she was badass though. When she was
no
like,
curfew.
I'm gonna drop the alcohol. I was like, "Ooh, girl, you gonna get a beating."
There should have been like a neighborhood curfew. There should have been more. The cops needed to do more. Like it seemed like they were just waiting for the next victim.
Always blaming law enforcement, bro. What the fuck?
Listen, I'm just
dope across the board. Very nice. Hopefully, more people go see it.
Well, Michelle said awesome.
I loved it. I really did. I really enjoyed it.
I think Michelle gives everything awesome.
No.
She said no, and then she couldn't think of anything.
No.
The thing is, So like I told you before, Paul, like I made a mistake with Top Gun because I couldn't remember. I wanted to be awesome.
It was
I said hi dope because I couldn't
fucking awesome,
remember.
Yeah, I
It's 'cause
edited
couldn't
it to say
remember,
that.
But for me, I saved the awesomes because a lot of movies don't deserve that perfect
Yeah, you gotta
awesome.
save 'em.
But Top Gun was that that was a mistake. I said
Well, I
hi
wouldn't
dope,
say
and I hit you back, like,
perfect
yo,
awesome.
Also, for
Yeah.
the most part, we go see movies that we want to see because they look good, so we want them to be good. Sometimes they end up not being good, but for
Right.
the most
I
part,
mean,
we
someone
want
like
them
me,
to be
I
good.
want to go watch Elvis, and again, I love his music, and I'm gonna think it's gonna be well.
I
it
heard,
was
even
great.
though it was #1 this weekend, I heard they
I
have
heard
a
it was good.
twerking scene.
yeah.
You want to see Elvis twerk?
I
My
have
boy went to go watch it. He told me it was actually really
I
good.
have no
I was
I
like,
have no interest personally. I'm not an Elvis fan. Never cared for Elvis, but I do like that the fat Tom Hanks, but it's all CGI. It's not. He should have done the Russell
Put
Crowe.
on the
fat
weight.
suit,
Put
the
on the
body.
fucking weight.
Fucking Russell Crowe did the fat suit. Like people believed in Unhinged that was his body, and it wasn't. He showed there's pictures afterwards where he's. I mean, don't wrong. Russell he gained weight since Gladiator, but he's not the same size he is in fucking Unhinged.
that's all right.
Come on, Tom Hanks, you're too good for a fat suit, motherfucker.
Yes,
yeah,
he is.
COVID.
Tom
Yeah,
Hanks.
COVID, John. Yeah, COVID.
Right, he's Tom Hanks.
He had COVID.
He has a black son.
He
Come
had COVID on Epstein Island.
on.
Oh, we go in there.
Wow.
I mean, listen, I have my thoughts
Team
about Tom
Buzz,
Hanks.
nobody over here. Team
Yeah.
Buzz.
What? All right, now you've gone too far, John. Jesus fucking Christ. Where's my cowboy hat?
Space Rangers over Cowboys, bro.
Oh, you
You
already
can't fuck with wings and
Where's
lasers.
my
Well,
cowboy
you gonna
hat?
We didn't do
You
GP
gonna
for Lightyear because somebody
the grabbers
racist
behind you.
science.
You gonna do a little rope against a fucking Space Ranger, bro?
Oh my god.
You have no chance. Your bullets
I'm a
can't
horse.
touch that
I'm a
armor.
horse.
Something else.
Your bullets can't touch that armor.
See,
Guys.
Paul. If you had just gone to see Lightyear, we could have had this discussion civilized
Facts.
on a
He
different
said
show.
civilized.
Well,
You're
we can
racist
save that
against
for
science
a
and
later
dinosaurs.
episode.
I'm actually gonna go Thursday to go watch it with Luke. So
I might go sometime this week. I don't know. I'll
You
see
sit
what I
on a
can do.
throne of lies. The grabber's
try.
gonna grab you for lying.
I'll try. Well, we don't know
I
why
use
the
it for
grabber
life.
grabs. He just grabs.
If you watch Lightyear, you
You
would
know
find
what?
out.
You know what was another thing? Sidebar. He only grabbed boys, so that kind of bothered me as a
Yeah,
mother.
he was a fucking pedophile. You wanted
Yeah.
to
So
see
did
little
John Wayne
girls?
That's what I just said.
So did John Wayne Gacy, a real serial killer. Let me school you a
here
little bit.
listen,
He
don't
also didn't grab
start
any
with
black
the serial
kids.
killers. Don't start with the serial killers because you know me. That's my fucking boat. So, anyways, I'm just saying. I was like, he's giving
So
back
did-
to credible.
So did most child predator serial killers of the past. They went after boys.
Real quick,
That's
we all
normal.
agree.
The
We
whole
all agree.
Catholic Church goes
John.
after boys.
We all agree he fucked those kids, right? Like he didn't just kill them; he fucked the kids, right?
My Ethan Hawke doesn't
I
fuck
don't want
kids.
to. I don't want to. No, I don't
My
want to.
Ethan Hawke doesn't do it with kids.
Naughty boys.
Took
They
down
were
a
naughty
lot of
naughty boys
Yeah,
with them.
he was waiting
Are
for
we
them to be
talking the
naughty.
character?
No.
The character,
My-
probably.
My Ethan Hawke doesn't fuck kids. All right, he
Ethan
took down
didn't do it,
Alonzo
but the grabber-
in LA.
But the
King Kong
grabber
has
was
nothing on
fucking
him.
those kids with the mask on.
Question: Ethan Hawke in The Black Phone or Ethan Hawke in Moon Knight?
Ooh.
This man has
Black
only
phone.
seen Ethan Hawke in
Black phone.
2022,
Black
apparently.
phone.
Well,
Black
we're
phone.
talking about currently. We're just talking
Black
about
phone. Black phone.
All right.
Between the
Okay.
crime,
I'm
the
gonna
math,
have
the
to.
different
I'm gonna have
changes.
to go with Moon Knight.
He wasn't shirtless in Moon Knight. You're
I
crazy.
don't.
Well, he wasn't shirtless in the back. It was just open. The buttons was open.
Yeah,
No,
it
he
was
wasn't
great.
shirtless.
Did
Oh,
you
that's
see
how
the
you got.
No. I watched those pectorals. He was shirtless for that last scene.
He was
He
shirtless.
was shirtless.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't paying
Okay,
Before
attention.
he raped the
Dad.
little boys, because that's what happened here, people. Michelle, that's what was happening. I hope you.
I don't want
I
to
don't
hear
know
that
because
shit.
when they called, none of them said their butts hurts. I don't know.
And what
We
about the
can't say
dog?
that?
Do you
We
think the
can't say
dog? Do you think that meat
That
was
dog
like
was
chopped up boys?
beautiful. That dog was
Could be.
gorgeous. But I was like, I can't own a dog like that.
That was a Cane Corso. Beautiful
Cane
dogs.
Corso.
No, it's not. It's
No.
Cane. Look it
Cane
up.
I
Corso.
want to know how a
Look it up.
pedophile magician could afford
It's
two
Cane
houses.
Corso.
That's
That's the
And what
proper
job does he have?
pronunciation.
Like
Check it
to
out.
pay 2 houses, two mortgages,
Different time, man.
a
Different time.
But
van.
he was a landscaper and a magician. You don't know how much magicians make on the weekends.
Well, we never see him do any magic.
He made the boys disappear. Ta-da!
Yeah, John got it. Yeah.
Ugh.
It was a different time. It was back then.
Oh
women
my
could
God,
get
that's
abortions. It
so
was a different
horrible.
To be fair, back then houses were like $5 and cars were like $250.
I'm done.
Well, I guess.
And
I
on
did
that
find it
note-
weird that the Asian kid was named Bruce, but then again, at that time, I
Well,
guess.
Bruce.
Yeah, of course it was. Yeah.
I called that immediately. I was like, oh, Bruce Lee. Like,
But here's my problem: at that time that they named him Bruce, but Bruce Lee was just popular. They named him 9-10 years ago. That kid was like 11, so they already knew ahead of time Bruce was gonna be popping.
Maybe his dad was named Bruce, John.
it was in the
Jesus
script. It was
Remember-
lazy script writing at that point.
Oh,
Hey,
boy.
Stephen King's son is not lazy, all right? He's, you know.
But he just thought of Bruce. We need an Asian kid name. Bruce. That'll work.
Anything else would have been racist. Anything else in 2022 would have been racist. If they would have named him Wong or some shit, they're like it's racist.
Shout out to Robin, you know, El Vato, the Spanish kid. That kid was the man. And
He was a badass.
He
and
was.
with his
was.
long hair, his butthole definitely got torn up before he passed away.
Oh no.
Sorry, Michelle, it happened.
Hold on.
did.
So Otto, without being biased, who would have won though, Robin or the
Woody.
big bully who carved in the guy's arm? That'd be a good fight. That'd be a good fight.
Who? Oh, the dude that
The
fucking
big bully. Yeah.
Well, that's for the sequel. We gotta see with the ghosts.
Nah,
The ghosts fight each
That's
other.
that's Mortal Kombat 12
Robin
downloadable
would win.
content.
Well, like I said, if they do a sequel, I don't see
I
how the
really
story
hope so.
goes forward. I think they would have to prequel it.
Definitely.
Because,
Unless the kid is psychologically fucked up and turns.
and then, like I said, then I'll be
He-
right.
he-
He was
he-
him all
he-
along.
But it's a Stephen King thing, you know what I mean? So
It's him from the
following
future.
his footsteps.
No.
Yeah, but
It's
but
Stephen
he followed
King's
Paul's
son.
footsteps. Like I read.
You cannot give his son his father's credit. That's too different. Like,
All right, so again, not to be rude, but to shut someone down, I actually read Joe Hill books. Nosferatu is phenomenal, and he did his thing.
So you're
How
saying
many Joe Hill books have you read?
You're saying Joe Hill's legit?
Yes.
Okay, respect.
He-
Okay.
And he did steal his father's style. I read Stephen King and I read Joe Hill.
Are
He
you
does his
think-
thing.
you
I'm
think
not
respect
better?
debating you. I'm not debating you, sir. I'm just saying.
Because if you look at his books, when you open his books, they don't say the father of Stephen. I mean, Stephen King's like,
No, I know,
he takes
I know.
none of his name. He does his thing.
Yeah, all right.
So
Look at
is
this
his
guy.
real
Look at
name
standing
Hill?
up for
Or
Joe.
is it King? Did he change a different name? Like, did he
Yes,
choose
of
that
course.
name specifically?
Yeah, the pen
Of
name.
course.
The pen name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like Nicolas Cage. By the way, I gotta see that. I know you've seen that. I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna
Theaters.
get it from Redbox.
Yeah, see it. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
I haven't
I
seen
heard it's
that
really
either.
good Nicolas Cage film.
Amazing.
Yeah. Are we good on the Black Phone? Everybody go see it. I mean,
I
Blumhouse.
guess we could talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Well, that's a whole other episode, sir. You're killing the magic of editing.
Killing the
I
man.
think-
Edit it
we're
out.
talking.
Edit it out.
The grabber's gonna come and grab him.
We're talking about
I'm
the
too
Black
big
Phone
for
right
the
You know
now.
grab.
what? Never mind. I'm
Talking about the
not
Black
talking
Phone
about
right
it.
now.
Plus, if the grabber's coming to me with no shirt and those belts, we're gonna have a fun time.
But
I ain't
he
doing
was
for the boys.
sleepy.
I get it
You
down.
about that life?
The kid
No, about
was
that
taking too
life.
long to come upstairs. He was
Okay.
tired.
Yeah, El Chorizo Gordo.
And he was
Clearly
deep in
about
sleep
that.
too. That man was deep in sleep.
was out. He was out cold.
He was tired. You don't know how many shifts he works as a landscaper and a magician and a serial killer?
His brother, man, that dude.
I felt bad,
He's cold.
man. I felt so
Why?
bad.
His brother was an idiot. He
Well,
had
his
all that
brother
information for the
solved the
case.
case.
He solved the case.
No, he
solved
didn't.
the case. That
No,
was
he didn't.
Like, at one point, I had a little ray of hope. I was like, "Oh my God, he's gonna get him out." And then I was like, "No,
He
Michelle,
took too long.
Don't do it.
He's
Don't do
standing by the
it."
door. Hey, don't worry. I'm gonna get you. Like, dude, let's go. Like, why are you
No,
standing
but
here
he
talking
had to.
to me?
He had to like let that all settle in. Like it's a lot to take in. Like saying,
Cocaine
"Oh,
is a hell of a drug.
An-
Yes.
Another thing, which also actually, you know what, also helped them with their budget too. They didn't show any of his actual brutal killings. They showed the, but that saved a lot. But it still gave you the effect because when the kids showed,
Why
you're
would
like,
you
oh, we
want
see
to
that
see
kid.
how he killed the kids? That's kind of
Director's cut. We need to see.
No, see, I don't
Yeah,
have the
you're right,
stomach for that. I don't have the stomach for shit when it comes to like killing pets and kids. Like I don't, and I was just like, oh, I gotta fucking sit through
Just
this.
pets and kids? So everybody else can die?
Everybody else could die. That's
Well,
it.
damn. On that note, all right. Well, okay. So eventually we're going to talk about Jurassic Park. Eventually we're going to talk about Lightyear.
Kids, just so
All
you know,
dinosaurs matter.
the host hasn't seen the fucking shit. Just so you know, the other
Yeah.
members of the GP crew are up to date on the films. The host doesn't
Because I got other
science,
shows and other things
doesn't
that I
like
do.
dinosaurs.
Bro, you're
I don't
saying
have the
hose, but I hear
time.
it's the hose and pause my little chocolate drop.
There you go. Eventually I will see them. I just got to get some time. A lot going on, but eventually we will get them, talk about them, but the Thor tickets are already bought, so we're definitely going to see that. Definitely going to talk about that, but
The Feige bias, so strong. He shrugs. He shrugs.
I'm telling you, one of these days, at the end of the credits, you'll see executive producer credit, Kevin Feige.
Mhm.
It's over.
I can edit that in there to say it. But I'm not giving him executive credits. Then he gonna get money. He want money from me. No. It's mine. It's mine. He ain't got none of this 2020 vision stuff. This is all me. But if he want to put me down to do a little fake like how he got the Bugle was like an InfoWars kind of thing. You want to get like a 2021 kind of thing for Marvel. Try me in there, fight you, holler at me. You know what I'm saying? We
Shoot
make it
your
happen.
shot, boys and girls. Shoot your shot. Always shoot your shot. You
There
never
you
know.
go. All right.